Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things trucking and give interesting tips and tricks for drivers just like yourself. My name is Joko, and in today's video we'll take a look at the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. We'll take a look at some of its engine specs as well as exterior and interior features. So if you don't want to miss that, stick around. First of all, I wanted to thank our friends here at Lion Truck Sales in Burridge, Illinois for giving me this brand new model so I can do a walk-around video for you guys. I'll put a link to their website down in the description if you want to check them out. Now back to the 2025 Cascadia. We can tell that there haven't been any major changes to the overall style of the exterior of the 2025 Cascadia, mainly because it is an aerodynamic truck as it is, so there's no need or reason for Freightliner to, bother making any adjustments, I guess. Starting off at the top, we have our LED clearance lights. Right below that we have our one-panel windshield. To the side here we have these aerodynamic panels which help guide the air around the cabin as well. As you can see, this particular model, it's a fully loaded model, and that's why it also comes with chrome elements overall on the entire truck. We have chrome side mirrors which are also heated, power adjusting. Our hood is slightly sleeker, I believe, compared to the 2024 model, but again, no major changes. We have a front grille which looks like a chrome element, but it's actually a hard plastic or Freightliner emblem right there. On the hood we also have hood mirrors which also have chrome elements as well. Right below them we have our LED headlights, which are again the same like the 2024 year models, and I believe a somewhat major, if you want to call it, change has been done to the front bumper. It looks a little bit sleeker, so we have LED fog lights down here. At first I thought these are actually forward collision warning sensors, but it turns out they're just the covers for the front recovery hooks, so we have that. And overall we have pretty much the same style that we had in the 2024 year model. Hey, real quick, 99% of you are not subscribed, so I'll just ask you to hit that like and subscribe button below if you like these types of videos and enjoy our content. Now back to the video. Okay, so looking at it from the side, we can tell that there haven't been any major visual changes to the 2025 year model. Starting off at the top, we have our window for our second bunk bed. Right down here at the bottom, we have our window for our lower bunk bed. Moving towards the front here, obviously we have our driver's side door with the chrome accented side view mirrors, which are also heated and power adjusting. The doors themselves have a very nice closing thud, which is reminiscent of luxury cars. Have a listen to this. Towards the front here, we have a Cascadia emblem. We have a chrome accented vent here on our hood. Right below that, we have our steer axle with disc brakes. Behind that, we have a LED turn signal right here below the door, which is very good for oncoming traffic or traffic that is pretty much in your blind spots. The side step fairing here has a magnetic cover that you can open up and access your DEF reservoir. You also have access to your batteries here in case you want to jump start your truck or something like that. But you also have the option to completely remove this side step fairing by simply removing a pin on the inside here and then pulling on the latches like that. If you're not really sure how to do it, there is a diagram right here that explains how you can do that. But you pull on the pin, you pull on the latches, and that will completely unlatch the side fairing here, so you have very good access to your battery compartments as well as your air tanks as well. Now if you want to put everything back, it's fairly simple. You simply put this back, latch it back on, put the pin back in its original place, and put the cover. As simple as that. Right behind that, we have the second fairing that covers our fuel tanks, but unfortunately you cannot open that. Right above our fuel tank fairing, we have a small storage compartment that you can open up on the inside by pulling on the baggage pulley right here. It unlocks the door, and as you can see, you have a fairly small storage compartment right here, which is an enclosed compartment. It doesn't go all the way through, so you are pretty limited with the space with the stuff that you can store inside here. Close it, you simply push on it until it latches into place. Moving towards the back of the cabin, we have our huge wind deflectors here in the back as well to reduce that negative air drag and therefore improve fuel efficiency. Next, we have our drives, and we have drum brakes here on our drives, as well as a 6x4 drivetrain on this particular model. Looking at it from the back, we still get the Park Smart APU unit, which is a battery powered APU, and the batteries for it are actually right here in the frame. They're independent batteries from the truck, which means that it can run even with the truck turned off. When the system senses that the batteries are running low on power, it will turn the truck back on so that it can replenish those batteries. It's a very good system, very efficient system as well. Right below that, we have our 2 cabin vents, LED work lights here in the back, our 3-in-1 cable assembly. You also get very good access here to the fuel tanks whenever you're fueling up, obviously. You get 2 steps to get up on top, with a catwalk that is also the cover for your batteries for the Park Smart system. Moving towards the back, you gotta be careful here when going down. We have blacked out mud flaps, as you can see, LED brake lights with an LED reverse light here. So moving towards the passenger side of the truck, there isn't that many differences when it comes to comparing this side to the driver's side. Obviously, one of the changes is you don't have a side step here to get on the back on the catwalk. You have better access to the exhaust, which is on this side, located right underneath the cabin. Still, we have a window up top for our top bunk, a window for the bottom bunk, and we get the same storage here on the passenger side as well, which you open up similarly like we did on the driver's side. You pull on the baggage pulley right here, it unlocks the door, and you have the same storage compartment with the LED light on the inside as well. And on this side, you actually have the emergency triangles. To close that, you simply push it like that until it latches. Again, a nice thud of the door, which also is reminiscent of a very good insulated cabin, actually. We have another mirror facing down here onto our side step fairing, so you can see whether or not you're close to a curb. Our chrome accented side view mirrors, which are also heated and power adjusting. Cascadia emblem right here with the chrome accented vent here on our hood. Now, right below the door, we also have our LED turn signals, as you can see, and unfortunately, you cannot open up this side fairing here, nor is it a magnetic cover, which means that, I mean, why would you have access to this side of the fairing anyway? Now, let's pop the hood and see what we're actually working with. To pop the hood, you simply unlatch it from this side and from the other side, and you slowly raise it. And always be mindful of strong winds so that you don't break the hood cover or it doesn't prop open suddenly. Right under the hood, we have a 14.8 liter Detroit DD15 engine that, combined with the DT12 automated transmission, puts out 505 horsepower or 1,625 pound-feet of torque. This is actually Freightliner's biggest engine that they offer in their Cascadia models, which is why it also has a bigger turbo as well as a bigger radiator to help cool down the engine. Everything else is pretty much in the same location that we found in the 2024 year models. You still get access to your air dry filter, your alternator. So let's go to the driver's side and see what type of access you get from there. And on the driver's side, we get access to our coolant reservoir, your power steering reservoir right here, as well as your gearbox, your steering column, and you also get access to your air filter right there. Now, unless you're gonna work on the engine, there is no need for you to touch anything like that, so better leave it alone, but it's good to know where some components are. Now, all of that being said, let's close up the hood and let's jump inside and see what kind of updates we have on the inside. Go from the front and push it forward, and as you can see, we have a very nice soft close. And always make sure that you secure the latches on the side so that the hood doesn't open up. Alright, so sitting in the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia, it doesn't really feel like I'm sitting in a work truck. It actually feels like I'm sitting in a luxury car. I mean, you get these very nice leathered seats here, which are very comfortable. We get a touchscreen infotainment system, a digital instrument cluster, and overall, it actually feels very luxurious. Now, besides that, since it is actually a work truck, you also get a ton of room for not only one but also two drivers that we'll take a look at in a second, with sufficient storage compartments. Now, I don't want to talk and give away too much before actually showing it to you guys, so let's just go right ahead and take a look at some of the features that you get with the 2025 Cascadias. I want to start with the passenger side, and like I said, we have these very nice upholstered leather seats, armrests. Obviously they're air adjusted, and we have two power lumbar settings here on the seats as well. On the passenger side door, we have electronic locking of the doors, on both doors that is. Right in front of the passenger, we have this very modern, very sleek and bold design of the passenger dashboard right here, with this high gloss trim with the Cascadia emblem on it. Right above it, we have this soft rubber dashboard leading towards the driver's side of the vehicle. We also have this very shallow storage compartment right here, if you want to call it a compartment, so you can store stuff. It's hard plastic. Right below that, we have a deeper storage for your phone or whatever you want to put in here, USB-C charging ports, as well as a tablet connectivity port right here. We also have plenty of power outlets throughout the entire truck, 12-volt power outlets, like we have 3 right here. We have our climate control unit, 2 more storage, differential locks right here, and we also have our infotainment system display here, which is a touchscreen display. You can also set up to look at your gauges, and you have 2 settings where you can select up to 4 gauges in each setting. You can select which gauges, your driving assistance settings, your system settings here, connectivity, optimized idle, digital switches. You can also do checks, diagnostics. You also have the ability to turn on and off your interior and exterior lighting. And the cool thing is, the interior lighting is actually dimmable. Moving on, you also get physical buttons to access quickly some of your features, like your media, your radio volume on, off. You also get physical buttons to access some of the features that you can access through infotainment system, like your lights, your traction control, your engine override button here, as well as the hillside assist start. Below that, we get our trailer brake, trailer supply brake, parking brake, and like I said, our differential lock buttons right here. Right below that, we get 2 cup holders, a bottle holder, and a little bit more storage here to the side. For our driver, we have also a digital instrument cluster. And the instrument cluster is actually customizable just like our infotainment system. On our steering wheel, we also have buttons to control, on the right side, our infotainment system, on the left side, our digital instrument cluster. The cool thing is you get physical buttons, and the center portion is actually a touch activated button where you can select certain features. To the right hand side, you have your gear selector. Left hand side, you have your windshield wipers. And right below the steering column here, we have our lights to turn on and off our lights. Power adjustments on our windows, they're also heated, and electronic locking on the doors on both sides. When it comes to storage, you get storage right above our driver in the form of this storage compartment that you can put in your paperwork. You also get 2 shelves here in the center, as well as the same storage compartment above the passenger like we had here above our driver. In the upper compartments, you get also a door right here that you can open up. It's slightly bigger, so you can store even more stuff, I guess. But you also get this open space here in the center where you can store even more things if you need to. And you have the same storage door on the passenger side as well. And last but not least, you also get a curtain so you can completely black out your entire cabin, which is very convenient if you want to take a nap during the daytime. But let's jump in the back. Sitting inside the sleeper compartment here of the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia, it's actually very comfortable, I must say, for not only 1 but also maybe for 2 drivers. Now we get a fairly sized bed here, as you can see, and I'm currently sitting on the hard shell bedding here because the mattress is still rolled up in this plastic, and I want to open it since this is a brand new unit, as well as the mattress for the top bunk bed, which is right here. Now, all of that being said, let's just go through some of the space here that we get in our sleeper. Starting off with our passenger side, we have this huge storage compartment with a somewhat deep shelf sitting on top for obviously the drivers sleeping on the top bunk. Right below that, we have this huge opening for our microwave, because we also have a strap here to secure the microwave in place. And we also have a 12-volt outlet right there in the back. This huge space here to behind the passenger is, I would personally use it to put a refrigerator, so that if you're staying longer on the road, you have a nice big fridge so you can store your food. Moving towards the driver's side, we have yet again the same storage compartment, the storage unit with the deeper shelving here on top. Right below that, we have this huge closet storage unit with this door. You can either hang your clothes or you can make shelves to put your clothes on shelves like that. Right below that, we have a pull-out table, which is also a nice feature for if you want to sit down and eat. You can also use it as a workstation. It's metal, so it's a very cool thing. Right below that, we have even more storage in the form of this compartment. You can store your shoes, clothes, food, whatever you want to store. Right behind this storage unit, closet if you may, we have the climate controls. We have the S-Part control right here, which is mainly for the heating. And right below that, we also have the Park Smart heating and cooling control system. We have a 12-volt power outlet right here and physical buttons to control the lighting inside our sleeper cabin. In addition to that, you also get a very small reading light right here if you want to, enjoy a book or two. Our windows are sliding windows like I anticipated before. And we get these covers that come with these clip-on clips here that you can put and completely black it out if you want to. But if you want, you can take them off and simply put them like this to the side. Now the bed obviously is fairly wide for even bigger drivers. But if you're not driving solo and there's two of you, you also have a second bunk bed. You simply unlatch the stairs. And then before pulling on the stairs down, you twist this so that you can unlatch the bed and it will slowly come down and rest on the pillars here to the side. Now then you can pull down on the stairs and make sure they're in full contact with the ground before you actually step on them so they don't pull out and you don't hurt yourself pretty much. Climbing up on top of the bed, you can see that it's fairly spacious. And you also get a LED light right there above the driver's side as well. And you also get the storage, the deeper storage shelves that I talked about earlier, right above the storage units with the doors. Now, climbing down the bed, just be careful that you don't miss a step. If you want to put up the bed, you do everything in reverse. You simply raise the bed first, push up the stairs so they can collapse and they can lock into place, and then you make sure when you push the bed that you hear an audible clicking sound, which means that the bed has latched into place. Now, in addition to that, on the bottom bed here, you also get this safety netting, which you can put over your bed if you have stuff stored on your bed. And we also get this very nice soft leather backing here to the back wall with the Cascadia written right here in the back, which gives it a really nice and elegant style actually. And last but not least, you also have even more hidden storage underneath your bed, and you can access that by simply pulling on the tab right here on the lever, which will open up the bed, and now you have access to this huge storage compartment that you can store even more either food, clothes, or whatever you want to store. To put it down, to close it, you simply push on the bed down until it latches into place. And thank you for watching this far. Make sure that you hit the like, share, subscribe button down below if you don't want to miss any future videos. If you want to see more amazing trucking related content, hit the thumbnails right there, and I'll see you in our next one.